Hi, my name is Bree Buchanan. I'm one of the professionals that works at the Texas Lawyers Assistance Program, the State Bar, and I wanted to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about TLAP and what we can do. So I have, before I came to TLAP, I was a lawyer for 20 years, and so had a pretty good idea of the stress and pressures of being a lawyer, and also still remember some of the stress and pressures of being a law student. My experience of being a law student about 25 years ago is that it was not the most nurturing of environments. A lot of competition among students, tremendous pressure to perform, long hours, no time to take care of yourself, and really any stress relief seemed to occur around a keg of beer. So that is the experience that we had in law school. And now we have some studies that show really that being a law student can take its toll on your well-being. So there's a study out in recent years that showed that when law students show up at school, they experience depression at about the same rate as the general population, which is about 9%. So take that same law student, and at the end of the first semester, the rate of depressive symptoms had risen to 27%. And then at the end of 2 semesters, we're talking about 34%. And at the end of the 3 years of law school, a full 40% of law students are experiencing symptoms of depression. And the rate of use of alcohol, those studies, what they're showing is it's not much better. When a law student enters, from the time they enter law school until they're finished with those full 3 years, the rate of use of alcohol has increased dramatically, which, if that continues over the course of someone's legal career, can really set the lawyer up for a strong risk of chemical dependency. So what's the lesson here? It's not that we're trying to get you to go look for greener pastures and get an MBA, but it's really the message, and the lesson here is about self-care. And starting now, during the time that you're in law school, and particularly if you're already experiencing some symptoms or problems with depression or anxiety or substance abuse, it's really important that you start coming up with a plan and taking care of that now. So let me talk to you a little bit about what the Lawyers Assistance Program can do, because we're here for you now while you're a law student, and it's important to remember we're here now, here for you now, but all the way through your legal career. So about TLAP, I think the most important thing to know, number one, is that everything that we do is confidential by statute, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But what we can provide for you is support over the phone. We can provide you with referrals to professionals and programs in your community, ones that we know about and know they're going to work well with law students and lawyers. We also have a peer support program, and that's where we match up you as a law student or later as a lawyer with lawyers in the community who have gone through a similar problem, come out the other side, and are ready to give back. That's a really popular program we have, and it's somebody to allow you to have somebody in the community that you can rely on for some support as you move through and work on getting better. So in regards to the confidentiality, everything is protected by statute. Your identity, everything that we discuss, anything that we might recommend. We don't keep files, we don't keep records. We also don't, of course, share any information with the Board of Law Examiners, nor do we share information with the law schools. And aside from confidentiality, it's also important to know that everything that we do recommend, whether or not you do that, it's completely voluntary. We don't have any enforcement authority, so we can't make you do anything. Another thing to know about TLAP is that we're here for you. We also here for any friends or later colleagues that you work with, somebody that you might be concerned about that may be experiencing one of these problems. So let me give you an example of what that might be. Let's say if you have a friend, somebody you're going to law school with, who always shows up for class, or most of the time, participates, they answer your phone calls or respond to your text messages, and that stops. And there's a change in behavior. They stop coming to class, or there's a change in their appearance, their tone, their mood, and really your instinct is telling you that there's something wrong. So in those circumstances, we hope that you would give us a call, and what we can do in those situations is really we can help you in two ways. And one would be to help you think of a way that you can go and talk to this other student to provide them some support, help them find some resources in their community, and just really be a support person and a good friend to them. The other thing that we may decide is the best way to go is that we at TLAP reach out to help them. And so what that would look like is we would give them a call, let them know that the phone call is a friendly one, that we are there to help them, and that everything that we do is confidential. And we would just simply let them know a little bit about what TLAP can do to be of assistance, and then it's up to them if that's something they want to do. We can also be there, somebody for them to just simply talk to and be of support. So we know that law school is a stressful time, that you are going into what's going to be an incredibly stressful career. And so my message for you in this is a really one to, I want you to think about that your legal career is one that's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And to be thinking now about how you can take care of yourself and come up with a plan to do that. The people at TLAP and at the State Bar want to make sure that you don't just survive your legal career and law school time, but that you really are able to thrive in that. So if there's some way that we can be of assistance, please call us at any time. You can reach us by calling 1-800-343-8527, or you can also find out more information about TLAP, a lot of good references, resources on our website, which is texasbar.com, TLAP. Thank you so much, and best of luck.